Alright you guys, welcome back to the channel, and somehow the intro clip to this video disappeared because I 100% remember recording it, but I can't find it anywhere. So here I am in the future trying to give a little context to this video. Basically back in the beginning of October, we went on our annual fall Upper Peninsula trip that we take every year, and we spent the first few nights in Marquette just kind of hanging out, taking it easy because the color wasn't really quite peak yet. But of course my favorite memory from the entire trip happened off camera. One night we were just sitting in the Walmart parking lot in the van cooking pasta, about to get ready for bed honestly, and I got a notification on my phone that the aurora could be out in the next hour, and I knew we had to go. So we scratched dinner and we raced over to Little Presque Isle to see if we could see anything, and as soon as we got to the beach you could look and you could actually see the green pillar of light with your eyes. I have never seen that before. And I immediately started jumping up and down like a little kid. I was so excited, so I grabbed the camera and started shooting. It really would have been cool to get some behind the scenes footage of that because I really was so stoked because it was so unexpected, but I didn't want to shine a light and ruin the moment. And I guess that's just confirmation that sometimes the best moments really do happen off camera, and I'm totally okay with that. We had been chasing the Northern Lights all summer and got skunked every single time, so I couldn't have asked for a better way to start the trip. So the next morning we actually made our way out of Marquette towards the Keweenaw Peninsula, which is actually where this video starts. So yeah, I guess I'll just let that footage play out now. So enjoy! Alright you guys, we're at Douglas Houghton Falls, which is Michigan's tallest waterfall, and recently the state, I guess, made it more accessible. You used to have to go onto private property to get here. But we parked at a gravel parking lot up on M26, and it looks like it should be a short walk. I can already hear the falls behind us, and the color is looking perfect. Okay, so we just came around this corner and it opened up to this cliff face and all that fall color. You can barely see the waterfall, but wow, this is already way sweeter than I thought it was going to be. Alright you guys, we made it down to the bottom. Check out this waterfall behind us. This is incredible. This is by far, I think, my favorite waterfall we've ever been to. The color behind us couldn't be better. We're the only ones down here. We ran into somebody, he's an ecologist, I guess, that's over here, and he was mapping out the trail, and he said that very soon they're going to be doing all kinds of improvements to make it so that everybody can access this waterfall. They're going to probably put platforms and like safety features all around this, so this might be the last fall season that we see it completely unnatural like this, so I think we timed it perfectly. Alright you guys, we just ran into another photographer here. His name is Chris. I'll put his name on the screen. He left his camera up here and he's about to go get in the waterfall down there, and he wants me to hit the shutter for him so he can take a selfie of him in the waterfall. Apparently he's got like a project going where he's doing it, and yeah, so we'll see how this turns out. Alright, there he is down there. This man's a legend. We just made it back to the van, and wow, what an adventure that was. We got here at almost like 10 o'clock. It's 1:15. We were here for like 3.5 hours. We stopped and met Chris. He was awesome. And apparently he's trying to get to all the waterfalls in the Keweenaw, so that's pretty cool. But I highly recommend going to check out Houghton Douglas Falls. That was incredible. And like I said, it used to be really hard to get to, and we're just parked on they have like a little gravel parking lot on the side of M26, and it's not even a half a mile walk to the falls. I will say it's a little bit sketchy to get down, like you have to kind of scramble down a rock and use the ropes, but we were able to manage it, and we saw a lady down there with 2 kids, so if she was able to find a way down, then I think you guys can too. There might be another way down there, but we didn't see that. We just went the way with the ropes, and it was pretty cool. But if you're in the area, if you're in the Keweenaw, definitely go check out Houghton Douglas Falls. I highly recommend it. And now we are going to just keep heading north on M26 and see what else we can come across on our way up to Copper Harbor. We passed a bunch of cool old mining ruins, so we had to go check out a few. Then we made our way into Copper Harbor and drove up to the top of Brockway. And even though we've been here so many times, this view honestly never gets old. The next morning, we made our way south, and it was a super windy and moody morning driving along Lake Superior, but we had to make a quick pit stop in the Porcupine Mountains, which is another stop we make every fall. We made it to Ironwood and then decided to check out another new waterfall to us right on the Wisconsin border. Then we ended the night on top of Mount Zion, which has a pretty epic view of Ironwood and the surrounding area that you can also drive right up to. The next day we checked out the Black River Scenic Byway, which has a bunch of waterfalls and ends right at the harbor on Lake Superior. we got back into town, we quickly realized it was actually Plaidurday. Literally the entire town was out and dressed in plaid, so we quickly changed into some plaid to join in on what ended up being such an amazing experience. I've never seen something like this in a big city, let alone in a small town, so it was amazing to see the whole town come together to celebrate, even on a freezing cold day. So yeah, sadly, as you can see by that ending clip, we did unfortunately end our trip at an auto parts store with some minor issues to the van. We had a check engine light come on and we had a random misfire, and that did spook me a little bit, so we ended up cutting the trip a few days short. But as soon as we got back, we ended up fixing the problem. My friend Paul came over and helped us install new spark plugs and new ignition coils, so we replaced all of that and we hadn't had a check engine light since, so I think it's fixed. Hopefully. So yeah, huge shout out to Paul for helping us out. We saved us a bunch of money. If we would have had to take that to a mechanic, I don't know how much that would have been. But yeah, this was kind of a weird video for me to edit, if I'm honest. I didn't really do as much as I usually do in terms of filming, and we just really were prioritizing just enjoying our first fall trip in the van. And I can honestly say that it is everything I have been picturing the past few years, just dreaming about having a van like this for trips like these. So I have to say it's a pretty cool feeling to finally make that happen. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this one, and thank you guys for sticking with me over the past few months of kind of inconsistent uploads. I've been super backed up on editing, but I'm finally getting caught up, and we have one more fall adventure to share next week, and then we should be caught up to real time. And as always, you guys can check out the blog post linked in the description that has more photos and all the locations that we went to on this trip. And yeah, check that out if you're interested. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.